What's going on, guys? By overwhelming request, here is part 2 of our Camo versus Camo series. In the last video, we asked you guys to vote on the next camouflage patterns that you would like to see go head to head. So, here are the results. In order, the most requested were Multicam Tropic, Flecktarn, Marpat, and Kryptek Mandrake. Now you're probably wondering why we didn't do Flecktarn versus Multicam Tropic if those were the top 2 most voted. Originally that was the plan. However, we actually found out that we might be able to get some special guests to come out for episode 3 that actually have those camouflage patterns and use them quite regularly. So rest assured, we have plans to make that video, but because we kind of got the idea that we might be able to get some of these special guests to come out that we know you guys have seen before, maybe you guys would like that a little bit better, so we'll see. Now, if you guys are interested in seeing 2 camouflage patterns go head to head, please be sure to let us know what you would like to see in the comment section down below. And one more little thing, please note that these tests aren't meant to prove that one camouflage pattern is better than the other. Rather, the goal of these tests is to show you guys what the capabilities are of each of these camouflage patterns. As our tests unfold, we will show you and give you our honest opinions on what is happening. You can then draw your own conclusions as to which one you think did better, or which one will be more suitable for you in your own environment. Alright, so here are the test parameters that we will be using for this test. Number 1, like our previous test, this competition will be divided into 5 stages. The first 4 will showcase each of the camouflage's capabilities in varying degrees of concealment, both in the standing and prone positions. Lastly, we will be doing a manhunt. This is the test where one person will hide in one of the camouflages and then the other person will then have to go and find him. The hider will only have 2 minutes to find a spot, and the seeker will only have 6 minutes to find him. By request from our last video, each hider will have the opportunity to hide in both camouflage patterns. The goal of this is to try to eliminate the variability in the skill of the hiders as much as we can. And again, to ensure that there is no bias, once found, the seeker will shoot the hider with an airsoft gun. We will then record how long they lasted, and whoever has the best cumulative time is the winner. Alright guys, let's go ahead and get started.
Marpat is a digital camouflage pattern that incorporates primarily green and brown, but also has the addition of black patches as well. This camo is definitely the darker colored pattern of the 2, and as such has great potential to blend in with darker colorations such as ground cover, dark foliage, and heavily shadowed areas. Kryptek Mandrake takes inspiration from reptilian skin, much like that of a snake. Unlike Marpat's darker coloration, Mandrake primarily focuses on different variations of green. Because of this fact, this camo is an ideal pattern for blending in with palm fronds, lighter colored foliage, and tall grass. Both of these camouflage patterns have their advantages, but which one is more suited for the swamp-like environments of Florida? Let's find out.
Alright, test 1. This is going to be a worst case baseline scenario. So pretty much open field. This would be absolute worst case scenario to utilize camouflage. You have no cover, no absolutely nothing. Right now I don't really see a huge difference between the 2. They kind of look identical in terms of their ability to blend in. Alright, why don't you guys go ahead and lay down. So laying down, because the Marpat's a little darker, I think it's actually working a little better. We're gonna go ahead and zoom out here slowly in a little bit just to show you guys what it looks like from a farther distance, but I'd say the Marpat's doing a little bit better, not a whole lot, but you know, you be the judge. So let's go ahead and zoom out slowly and see how well they do. Okay, so definitely zoomed out. The Marpat appears to be doing much better, as you can see, because of the darker coloration of the camouflage. He is definitely blending in a little bit better than the Kryptek. Let's go ahead and move on to the next test. Alright, stage 2, we're going to be standing in light cover, very, very, very light, actually so light that you're actually kind of probably just in front of it. Not as ideal as obviously being in bushes in front of cover, but it'd still be important to see how well your camouflage can do given these circumstances. So right off the bat, because of the lighter foliage around Tyler, you can see the Kryptek's actually looking a little bit better. The Marpat, though darker, isn't really kind of contrasting nicely with the background and the ferns next to his feet. So why don't you gentlemen go ahead and lay down? Okay, now things are starting to get interesting. Now that Nick is on the ground, you can actually see that because of the leaves and the darker coloration, Nick is actually blending in my opinion, at least a little bit better. Tyler's kind of lighter Kryptek camo is kind of sticking out a little bit with the ground cover there. It is kind of blending in a little bit better with the ferns, but when it comes down to getting involved with those brown leaves, he's
kind of sticking out a little bit. Let's go ahead and back it up a little bit and see what it looks like from a distance. Now as we move back, you can see both camouflages are still working very well, but if you look at that Marpat is doing extremely well. Tyler's Kryptek Mandrake is still doing pretty well in my opinion, but not nearly as well as that Marpat. That Marpat's blending in extremely well with the leaves and the darker colorations of the ground there. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next test. Now this is where things are starting to get interesting in my opinion. If you look at Tyler and you look at Nick, you'll notice that because of the lighter color of the Kryptek, he's actually blending in with some of the palm fronds and stuff. So standing up, I would actually say Tyler's blending in better with Nick. Though Nick is kind of in the shadow, and he's kind of against like some darker background, I still think that Kryptek and the slightly kind of randomized blotches and stuff of that kind of snakeskin-like pattern is actually doing a better job of blending in against the background than the Marpat is. Also, what's interesting noting is Tyler's kind of in the light a little bit. I know you're not supposed to ideally be in the light when it comes to blending in. Your most effective method of blending in is in the shadows, but actually because of the lighter variations around them, the Kryptek's actually doing pretty well in my opinion, so maybe that's an advantage to Kryptek. Maybe it does better in kind of lighted areas. I don't know, maybe we'll see. Let's keep going on. Guys, go ahead and lay down.
What if this shit somehow helps?
The memories are coming back now. Oh my gosh. They've basically vanished now. I'm gonna see if I can move a little bit to the point where we're kind of seeing the camos. Nick's Marpat, okay, now we're seeing the same thing that we kind of saw in the second test. Nick's Marpat, now that he's on the ground, is doing extremely well. The Kryptek, though still doing very well, I can still see it just a little bit, not a whole lot. I'm gonna go ahead and zoom out, although I guarantee you when I zoom out, we're gonna kind of lose sight of you guys. Yeah, if you guys didn't move, I'd honest to God have no idea that you were there from just looking at a glance. So I think the conclusion I can draw from this at least, and you guys make your own opinions, is standing up, the Kryptek was doing well, but on the ground, the Marpat takes the advantage. Initial glance, look at that Kryptek. I mean, that stuff is doing really well. Again, same thing we're seeing last time. Standing up, the Kryptek is doing very well. Marpat, because it's darker, you're not really getting that darker stuff until you get on the ground. So my prediction is when Nick and you guys go to the ground, don't go yet, but when you guys go to the ground, that Marpat's gonna start immediately blending in. Standing up right now, I'd say Tyler is definitely winning. Why don't you guys go ahead and lay down? Okay, Tyler's a little bit in the light. Can you maybe like just try to get out of that just a little bit?
Which way?
That's good, you're fine there. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. All right, you can see Tyler a little bit right there. He's got a little bit of light on him, but we got two kind of areas that you can see the light on his back and on his legs, and he's not doing as well as Nick. Nick has basically vanished. It's kind of how we predicted it to be. Let's go ahead and move around a little bit so I can try to see Nick. Like, he's gone. Okay, don't move for a second. Just kind of cover your head right there. I mean, when I move around to try to see him, it's very difficult. When I move, you can kind of see Tyler a little better because, like we said before, because the Kryptek is lighter, it's not doing as well against the brown ground cover. But Nick, because that Marpat has that green and brown element to it, that is doing extremely well. I think that's some of the best we've ever seen in kind of this kind of terrain. I'm not even gonna bother zooming. You know what, screw it. Let's go ahead and zoom out just to see how invisible. I mean, even zoomed out, the Kryptek is still doing well, but that Marpat's basically invisible at this point. I mean, I'm looking at him with my eyes right now, and dang, I cannot see that Marpat at all. All right, guys, let's go ahead and move on to the final and my personal favorite test. Do this. All right, so it is the final test. Now, in the last video, we used a 1911. In this video, we figured we'd step it up a little bit, so we're gonna be using the KWA Chris Vector.
All right, go. Timer's going.
I'm totally gonna use this gun on 2-round burst. Let's just go ahead and switch over.
I'm going to be looking for an area that will blend well with Kryptek. Yes, so I'm going to be looking for palm fronds and ferns.
I think he's gonna try to utilize the lightness of his Kryptek and try to hide amongst like palm fronds or something, but you know, I have no idea. So we'll have 6 minutes to find him, so we'll see how this goes.
Alright, so I accidentally made a lot of noise getting into here, but this is probably a fantastic spot.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go.
Go.
Go, go, go!
Go, go, go!
And they just started.
Tyler is one of the better hiders on the team. He utilizes his camouflage very effectively, so this is gonna be a challenge, all right.
They're behind me.
All right, let's go. I don't think he's in here. Let's go ahead and move on.
They're way to the right.
It's like the literal definition of trying to find a needle in a haystack. This sucks. If I don't want to be the one to get through this test and not be able to shoot him. I got a Chris Vector for crying out loud. I gotta hit something.
Matt's complaining because I can't find him.
Have exactly 2 minutes remaining.
They're close.
Come out and play.
Probably about 10 feet away from me. Still have not found me.
And that's game.
God dang it.
I went 6 minutes.
Couldn't find him. Couldn't find him. All right, Tyler, you win.
All right, come here.
Wait. Heyo?
We still can't find him.
I still can't find him. Oh man.
Oh, there he is.
Like, you need to come stand near me.
Yeah, let's go in there.
Hey, 6 minutes, completely hidden. All right, now I can't do the same thing to Matt. I gotta find him.
You see him?
Got him.
So now what's interesting about this test is a lot of people when we did the multicam test said that because of the coloration of the camouflage we wouldn't be able to hide as well, but we thought that the Kryptek wouldn't do as well as the Marpat, which just goes to show if you utilize your cover or concealment correctly, then you can do very, very well. So good job, Ty. I guess you gotta find me now. Let's get started.
that's gonna be the...
All right, so Tyler won. I spent 6 minutes trying to find him. He had a really good spot. Now it's my turn to hide.
I'm gonna find him.
We'll see. We will see. I got a trick up my sleeve. All right. So you ready?
You've got 2 minutes starting now. Go.
Okay. So for my Marpat camouflage, I really have to utilize dark cover. Darker patterns work really well on the ground cover. So if I can get myself really low and on the ground, I think I can do very well. And I got a spot right through here. I'm gonna try to get under here. Try to dig myself in a little bit. And lay down on the ground. Alright, so I'm in position. I'm on I've got a lot of top cover. So the area I'm in is extremely dark. And I've also got a lot of brown around me. So I'm gonna try to get spiderweb. Try to get as low as I possibly can.
Okay, we have 6 minutes to find Matt.
All right.
And he doesn't know about that. Go, go, go!
Alright, here they come. I hear him off to my right.
He's actually not where I thought he would be.
I really don't want to get shot by that Chris Vector. That thing's going to suck. They're getting closer. I can hear their footsteps. They're about 25 feet to my right, looking down the central path. They haven't come too close yet, but I think they're coming around this way.
Dang, I bet if he's hidden up in here, that's gonna suck.
Oh shit! Oh god! Dang it!
That was a good
man.
spot.
Woo! Dang, dude. So how was it?
That was a great spot, Matt, but I saw it. You were too open.
Yeah, towards the back.
Yeah.
But I found it interesting. You guys didn't see me until you got. How far away are you right now? Probably about like what, 6 feet, 7 feet? Isn't that interesting to see that you can, if you use your camouflage really well and you remain still, they can't see you until they're literally on top of you. So if we had rifles and guns right now, I'd have the drop on you guys. Just like an interesting like little anecdote right there. But he still found me, so Tyler won this round. How long did it take you guys to find me? 3 minutes? Okay, so I was halfway there.
There's still 3 minutes on the clock.
Okay. All right, well, let's go ahead and switch camos and see what we can do the other way around. Okay, so I lasted approximately 3 minutes before being found. Now we switch camos. Tyler's wearing what we think to be the better camo for this situation. I'm wearing the Kryptek. So I think Tyler at this point is the better hider. Well, see how he does with the better hider and the better camouflage. So we'll see.
Here you go, sir.
2 minutes on the
Payback
clock.
is sweet.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna be hiding in the Marpat camo. It's a darker camo, so I need to find an area that would be nice and dark.
I need to find him or I'll never live this down.
No, you won't.
I would honestly just say he's the better hider. So he's using the better camouflage. So it'll be interesting to see how I can do with what we think to be the worst camouflage. But maybe, just maybe, for like what we're doing, the Kryptek is a better universal camo. I don't know. So, hey, we'll find out, I guess.
So I'm actually gonna hide right over here. I bet this will be a decent spot. Alright, so I am hidden.
And it is time to go. 6
right.
minutes on the clock.
Go! Go! Go!
They have started. Let's see how well my spot works out.
Deep in the jungles of Vietnam, we are hunting the elusive Tyler in his natural habitat.
They're coming my way. I can see them.
Now, I don't think it's the end of the day. Just a hunch, just a hunch.
They shot me.
That was good, Ty. But here's the thing, I had to take a double look. I actually came around from you on that side, and I looked all through there. But here's the interesting thing, he's in a really dark location, so I actually had to take a couple seconds to even see him.
I was trying to use my leg to make it look like that vine.
You did, that's the thing, you looked, like from this angle at least, identical to that tree. The only thing that gave it away was the contrast of hardness to like the terrain and the tree didn't really match like the rippling of the fabric on your thing.
I went for somewhere dark.
But that worked really well, so that's interesting. I think I got him pretty quickly there.
Yeah, you lasted, that was about 2 minutes.
Okay. All right, so I found Tyler pretty quickly last time. Now the final round begins. Here you go.
Thank you.
We'll see how well we can do. Are you ready on that timer, Nick?
We are good to go.
All right.
2 minutes on the clock. Go.
Here we go. Okay, last round. Gotta make this count. Now, this is a lighter camouflage pattern. So what I'm thinking I can do is really get within some of this lighter kind of brush. I think this camouflage's strength is in medium to heavy cover with a lighter coloration to it. So I gotta find things that fit that parameter, but where that will be is the real question. No, that's not good. This is definitely hard. I'm running out of time. Ah, this is a good spot right here. This is a great spot. More spiders.
6 minutes on the clock. Go, go, go!
Go!
If we find him, I'm shooting him again.
Alright, he's wearing the Kryptek camo. So he's going to be looking for light areas to hide in.
Oh man.
Did I hit you in the
Ow,
balls?
you got, son of a bitch.
Both of us forgot to take our safeties off.
Right off the
It's
bat.
okay. Oh man, I suck. That tanked. Alright guys, that'll conclude our testing for Marpat versus Kryptek. In total, Marpat lasted 5 minutes, while Kryptek lasted a total of 7 minutes. Based upon the individuals, Tyler was able to hide for 8 minutes, whereas I was only able to hide for 4. At the end of the day, Tyler was the better hider, and Kryptek lasted the longest. My personal favorite camo out of the two was the Marpat, whereas Tyler's favorite camo was the Kryptek. Just an interesting little note, both of our best times were with our favored camo patterns, so perhaps there's something to be said for which camo worked best for us based upon where we ideally prefer to hide and the concealment we use the best. At the end of the day, both of these camouflages, if put to good use as demonstrated, can be extremely effective in jungle-like terrain. In summary, we found that the Mandrake tends to blend in well in standing positions with the jungle to your back and amongst medium to heavy light-colored concealment, whereas Marpat's strength is in the prone position amongst ground cover with dead leaves, dark foliage, and shadowy areas. But that'll about wrap things up for this episode, guys. Thank you all for watching, and if you liked the video, please be sure to drop us a like. It really does help us out. And if you like what you saw, be sure to subscribe for content added every Thursday. Also, if you would like to see a camo go head-to-head against another camo, please be sure to tell us which ones you would like to see in the comment section below. Again, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.